Seed Sack. TJ Seed Sack is October 24th.
Saturday, October 25th.
25th. Okay.
25th at El Pinto, and bigger than ever. Before we get into the pumpkin growing, I just want to tell you, we got some freaking serious prizes this year. I mean, like $1,000 prizes. We got some big sponsors, so very excited about that.
Yeah, and so Alan says, hey, let the big boys in and don't care because we were using a particular seed. You had to come to the nursery and pick it up. We just want a community event. TJ's wanted this for a long, long time. One of the funnest parts of the event is the light up.
Oh, yeah.
And TJ and I would be the only ones left at the nursery. What time does it get dark in late October?
It's like 6:30, 8:45, something like that.
Much early, 6:30. Everybody's gone.
Yeah.
And TJ and I want to light up 50 pumpkins. So we're all hanging around, waiting.
Yeah.
And the big boys from Cumulus came to me. Actually, they were from here. A couple of years ago, they showed up in suits.
Yeah.
And I was like, uh-oh, what are the suits doing here?
Yeah.
I said, what did I do? And they said, we want to make it bigger. We want El Pinto to do it. And I said, what do I have to do? And they said, you get everything you get. We're just going to do the event at El Pinto. I said, great.
Sold.
I teased TJ a little. I should have asked for more. That first year we did it. My mother had some medical stuff and I couldn't be there, but I was there last year. And as you said, it's growing.
Mm-hmm.
El Pinto deserves huge kudos for what they do for us. They give us a whole outdoor space. You bought some music.
Yeah, we get band every year. Free food. Yeah.
Cash bar. It's a time. It's a really,
it's great
really
fun.
Good time.
Yeah, sure. The carving contest. Let me just say this.
Yeah.
We got to get to you.
Yeah.
But the carving contest has actually almost turned into the main event because there's only so many people that can grow.
Yeah.
I mean, we get about 150 people to sign up every year. And how many of those people are successful? Not that many. But you carvers out there, man.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable what we're doing.
Yeah. The creativity that first year with the gourds coming out of the eyes. And it's just amazing.
And let me just say, we're expanding the winners of the carve this year.
Okay.
So we're going to have more winners and more prizes. So we want to encourage more people to carve. So
we encourage more people to come. If you don't want to do any of this, just show up anyway.
It's fun.
It's a great time.
And it benefits Roadrunner Food Bank.
Yeah, they provide the shirts. Didn't this guy?
Well, yeah, we sold the shirts and they got all the money from the shirts. We're going to be selling raffle tickets. If you want an extra raffle ticket for door prizes, then all that goes to Roadrunner.
So, beside being fun, we're trying to help the community. We're trying to help Roadrunner Food Bank. So please join us. Be part of it. Just show up with a pumpkin. Numbers 243-3333. I was told, and I have to try and learn because I'm an old man. Not as old as TJ, but I'm old.
Hey.
A lady asked me a few weeks ago to slow down, and I have to then put on my smooth jazz voice head. And I just, right.
Oh, for God's sakes, man.
And I can't last through the sentence. But what she did say is I speak too fast for the phone number. And I thought, well, everybody listening knows the number. Everybody listens to the show all the time, knows it. That's not true. Maybe somebody's listening online. Maybe you're listening overseas. Maybe you can listen into KOB anywhere. So it's a live call-in program. We've got Alan, who won the State Fair biggest pumpkin contest. He's doing lots of contests. We're going to get him to talk here in just a minute, but I'm going to give out the phone number one more time. He's going to give away some secret sauce.
Yeah, I've got 2 sets of rooting bacteria microbes for your soil, courtesy of Gonzo Farms. They're a local nutrient company. I use the stuff. I've been using the stuff for the last year. And I gotta tell you, the roots that I have are just, they move like 5 feet out from where I have foliage. I'll move a piece of wood that I have as a walking board, and it's just covered with roots underneath.
I'll probably have to start carrying that next year. I would imagine. If
it's real good.
So
stuff.
seed stackers, hopefully you're listening.
More root, more fruit.
You need this. You need this stuff.
Yeah.
505-243-3333. We've got 2 sets, meaning 2 of our callers today. So you got to call in, and our producer's going to take your number and we will figure out how you're going to win. But you're going to have to come to Jericho to pick up the stuff. And Alan, talk about size and how that works, and because that was fascinating to me.
Yeah. So part of giant pumpkin growing is becoming obsessive about weight estimations, because you want to know the ballpark of where you're at. And so every night you obsess and you get bigger and longer measuring tapes, and you measure circumference, you measure the end to end, you measure the side to side. You add these numbers up into a calculator that they have on a couple giant pumpkin websites, and it gives you an estimated weight of your pumpkin. Estimated because genetic variations can mean your fruit will be 10% plus or minus any given weight. And that was my experience last year. So my estimations were saying I was going to hit a weigh off at about 1,050 pounds, ended up being 947 pounds. So about a 10% fluctuation.
Talk about water, because I always get stuck if I come and do TJ's show. It is half of what I deal with. And I say that conservatively because it's more than that, because people do not understand how. What's your water schedule program? What do you tell people?
Well, it depends entirely on your soil. Last year I was watering 3 to 4 times a day, and this year I'm watering maybe once a day.
Because you've improved your soil.
Well, I moved to a new house after putting in a bunch of new compost at my old house after last year's harvest. Get it all ready and then move right out of it, leave it for someone else to neglect.
Well, when I lived in Rio Rancho, it took me 5 years of adding soil, and I constantly teach. It's an ongoing thing. You don't quit improving your soil.
You're always building it.
So the soil is really, really, really important.
Yeah, you want good drainage. You want a nice amount of compost in there. You want things that are going to break down for you. You want to feed the soil so it feeds your pumpkin.
What should be in there?
Blood meal, bone meal, chicken manure, any kind of composted manures that you can get. If you're adding uncomposted manures, you want to do that like right after the growing season so that it has time to break down in the soil. Yep.
Litter box stuff from the cat?
No.
I'm kidding.
No. I'm going to guess that your previous house was on the west side.
It was actually up in the foothills.
Oh, so decomposed granite.
Yeah. Yeah.
We go from decomposed granite at the east side of the city to some clay in the valley.
That's what I have now. Yeah, I'm in Nob Hill.
Where I'm at Alameda and 2nd Street, before we graveled up, after a rain, your shoes would weigh 5 pounds a piece because it just picked up.
Yeah.
And there's possibility of overwatering. I don't think you can. I tell people all the time, I encourage you to try.
Yeah.
But 3 or 4 times a day would overwater in some clay.
Well, so last year it was having to water that much because it was just drinking it all up. This year, my soil has significantly more water holding capacity. So I'm only watering once a day, but I'm also running mist systems for, intervals of every 15 minutes, about a minute and a half.
So that's helping slow down the transpiration of
there's that, and it has the local cooling effect from evaporation.
Right. Should you keep your fruit dry, or does it matter?
Apparently it doesn't matter. You want to keep it covered because
you put a sheet over yours.
A king size white sheet over it so it protects the skin from UV radiation. It slows down the color change.
How soon should you put the sheet over it?
I started with as soon as it laid down flat, I put a small pillowcase over it. Okay. Put it to bed. Give it some rest.
All right.
I watched the video. That time elapsed video is cool.
So I got to get my bag. I got to put my sheets over
Albuquerque Gardening on YouTube. I post all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I told people. I said you got to go check it out. This week of the pumpkin just laying down was amazing. It was a really cool thing. So on the nursery side, 505-243-3333. Vera, we'll get you before the break for sure. When you're asked if you were going to be a certified nursery professional, proper watering, the answer is soak the root zone. And the vagueness of soak the root zone is exactly what you said. There are so many factors: slope, soil, sun, shade.
Also the genetic side of plants that have deeper roots than others.
Right. And your cucurbit stuff is pretty shallow rooted.
About a foot.
Because I'm watering every day now, and I could probably go to every other day, but I'm not willing to do it.
Yeah. I had some vines slow down on me and kind of stunt and die off because I was watering a little too much. So it is totally possible.
So they just stopped and said, hey, we don't know what to do.
Yeah.
505-243-3333. I believe it's Vera. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
Go ahead. What you got?
Well, this is my first year with the seed sack. I picked up 5 seeds and 4 out of the 5 germinated.
Oh, nice. Good.
I have 2 plants, and I planted late because I was out of town in June. So I planted June 16th.
My birthday.
I'm getting flowers, and I'm waiting to pollinate.
Are you waiting for your female?
Composting and all of the soaker hose and calcium. But you mentioned the molasses spray.
Oh, yes, molasses. I use molasses at every feeding. Right now, I'm feeding my plant about 3 times, every 2 to 3 days. And that's because right now, I was telling them I measured yesterday at about 490 pounds, doing about 23 to 24 pounds a day. Today, I've hit 505. Hey, local number. But yeah, at every feeding,
spray.
every feeding, I use a hose end sprayer to apply my fertilizer and my biologicals, like the Gonzo microbes that I have. But I use molasses at 2 tablespoons per gallon. And so for a hose end sprayer, I estimate about 10 to 15 gallons of food that I apply. So, I put just about a quarter cup, something like that. Uses a lot of molasses, but the soil will eat it up.
Yeah, the sprayer matters. It's just like spreaders because different sprayers have different application rates. Some of them you can dial the top.
Yeah.
The Miracle Grow sprayer is an ounce per gallon, 2 tablespoons.
Yeah,
but
I have mine set to about 6.
Yeah, so you've got it open way more than just, and you've got to water down the molasses. It's too thick to go through there otherwise, right?
Yeah, I do about 3/4 full my hose end sprayer with water. Then I add my fertilizers, then the biologicals, and then the molasses as a finisher.
And do you stir that all up?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Shake it up real good.
Are you using the Miracle Grow one with the jet spray or does it have a hose?
No, I've got my sprayer.
Yeah,
it's a Chameleon.
So it has a hose that pulls the stuff out.
Yeah,
the Miracle Grow sprayer has a jet.
Yeah,
that turns the fertilizer,
dilutes it as it goes.
Dilutes it as it goes.
Yeah, that's all I use.
Yeah.
So I could put the molasses
Stop
in
it.
there. Oh, for crying! That's all. Look, man. There's levels of obsession.
Oh yeah.
So, Vera, does that answer your questions?
It does, and I probably won't need that much because I just have 2 smaller plants. I just hope to get a pumpkin, and my grandson is enjoying the process.
Oh, good.
It's a lot of fun.
Bring the kids.
Want to wish you best of luck.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate
Good luck
call.
on your
Thank
new
you.
addiction.
How much time? Yeah, no kidding. What just has become. Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah, I just came in from out there.
All right. Can I ask him a specific before we go to break? We got time? Yeah. All right, dude, look.
Yeah.
This is the sprayer I got.
Yeah.
I got a Miracle Grow sprayer, the kind you buy it wherever you buy, sprayers. So I got the Miracle Grow. So dump molasses into the Miracle Grow.
Yes.
Sprayer.
Yes.
And then dump that goop in with it.
Yes.
Okay.
But make sure that it's liquefied because I've had thicker sprays. Your Miracle Grow sprayer is less likely. If you have a hose that sucks it up, oils won't go up.
Okay.
Because those dial sprays you don't dilute.
Well, okay, sure. I give it a start a little bit before
put
a little water in there already, and with that and the molasses.
Yes.
That's my point. Is you really need to get the stuff liquefied,
emulsified.
Yeah.
Okay, so steer it up.
You got the little thing
darling
that you use for food. What is that little? We got to go to a break.
Oh, whisk.
TJ's in with me. It's Richard from Jericho. Alan is here for Seed Sack. He won the State Fair pumpkin last year. He's here to help us grow bigger pumpkins. Seed Sack is latter October. TJ and Alan in with Richard at Jericho Nursery. Please give us a call. The number is 505-243-3333. We are at News Radio 96.3 KKOB. We'll be right back. Back live in studio, Richard from Jericho Nursery in with TJ Trout and Alan Clark. So I'm supposed to slow down, right?
And
so
now off the air, by the way, we're arguing about technique.
And where you buy your stuff.
Don't do that.
Hey, the number's 505-243-3333. They're called. We got the magic potion going on. We got the magic pumpkin guy going on. Call in, get some advice, ask some cool questions. He's going to be at El Pinto. You could ask him there. There's one other guy in town that's maybe.
Yeah, there's this other guy that I'm helping out. We're pumpkin buddies. It is apparently becoming a whole scene of pumpkin buddies now. But this guy's been growing for a few years as well. His pumpkin's right about like 410 or something like that. Yesterday, I went and checked it out yesterday. It's pretty good size. He's got a lot of growing space, a lot of potential.
We're gonna go look at his later today.
Yeah, and TJ said it earlier. That's why I pointed at him. The camaraderie of it all is cool. That's really fun.
Yeah, who would have thought growing a gourd would lead to just hanging out and
all right, I'm going to ask
my techniques on people.
I'm going to ask you again. Everybody hates them. Squash bugs. Everybody hates them. You hate the squash bugs. So
okay, I'll give my answer. We'll let Alan give his. This has nothing to do with me, my license, my business, nothing.
Right, it's your show though, so you go first.
So my answer is diatomaceous earth and pyrethrin powder. Permethrin is synthetic pyrethrin. We make permethrin. So anything ending in a thrin is a pyrethrin copy. Pyrethrin lasts 18 to 24 hours, so you need it to last longer than that. And I have extremely good results, as good of results as I've had with anything, including what Alan's talking about. It's dusts. The drawback is it's frequent. It's very, very frequent. And I just get tired, and I quit doing it. Yeah. And when I quit doing it, the squash bugs win.
They don't quit.
They don't quit. And if you quit doing whatever you're doing, and the professional on-label answer is diatomaceous earth creates lesions, cuts the body. It's supposed to dehydrate.
Not your body, the squash bug.
The squash bug body. It's supposed to help them dehydrate. Squash bugs are from hell. They're not going to dehydrate.
No.
But then the pyrethrins has a poison place to go. It's a nerve poison. So, but the day you stop, you can start counting because they're going to win. They don't stop. Alan, what do you do?
Last year, I used contact insecticides. I was using bifenthrin. That's another one of those.
One of the thrins, yeah.
Yeah, and that's one that stays on the tissues of the plant. And if the bug tries to eat off of that area of the plant, they die. It's pretty quick in how it kills them. But I was also using a misting system, so that kind of renders the diatomaceous earth as a non-option. And it kind of washes off the contact pesticides. Correct. So this year, I've been using imidacloprid 21.4%. which is I dilute it down to like a third of a cup for my 550 square foot patch. And that way I just water it into the base of the plant and then cut away any flowers that are going to open, any male flowers that are going to open. At this stage, I have my pumpkin that's growing. So I'm cutting all the flowers that are growing, regardless of if they're male or female. That way, no bees get in there, eat the pollen, and die.
Good. Yep.
You want to be responsible with it because this is a fun hobby. We're not trying to decimate an ecosystem just to say we grew a big pumpkin.
And I appreciate that very much because I've talked to other people that are in the business that are growing and they're beekeepers. And sometimes toxic means are necessary. But cutting off the flowers and being responsible, don't do it while it's flowering so that you're not affecting bees. I told TJ the last time we talked about it, there's no proof. In fact, the people that sell the stuff say it doesn't affect the bee.
I've seen a dead bee in a flower that I've forgotten to cut off. And
it doesn't
wanted
affect
to lash
the
myself.
bee that they know of.
Right.
What I told TJ is we don't know what it's doing to the genetic colonies. Because bees live 60 days.
Yeah.
So those babies, it can't be healthy. It's poison.
I've done a couple little searches, and in just a 20-minute search, I found that bees will take that pollen back to the hive, and it will cause bees in that hive to die.
Yeah. So you want to be careful with all pesticides. So again, integrated pest management, and we're talking off air about it. There are certain times I have to use much more toxic stuff than I want to, but if I don't, I lose.
Yeah.
And so you have to decide. I'm fighting Bermuda grass. I live in the North Valley. If I don't spray it with, I think it's trichlor, it's even stronger than Roundup. The Bermuda wins. So I rotate. I don't plant anything in that section. This year it's the back half. Next year it'll be the front half. I just chase it around. But if it's not causing damage, why are you putting on poison? If it's not doing what harm, then, and old guys usually are like, well, if some is good, more is better. I'm just going to poison the planet.
Oh, yeah.
And TJ and I were talking about where we have plastics, but we'll...
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Thanks for the call. Is it Corinne?
Hi.
Thanks for calling. How can we help you?
Oh, gosh. I'm almost embarrassed to speak with you guys this afternoon.
Don't be, because you're probably further along than I am.
So I registered for the Great Big Pumpkin Contest.
Yay, thanks.
And because the size of my little garden was limited, I only planted 3 seeds. I live in Belen, kind of sandy, and I thought I had prepared the soil well. I didn't, because all 3 plants have died.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if I was watering too much or too little. I really believe that it's never too much. So anyway, now that I've gotten your sympathy, or I don't know if I have.
You have.
I still have 2 seeds left. Is it too late to try to grow them?
I last year, and then I'll let Alan answer. I planted on the 4th of July and got a little pumpkin. You got nothing to lose.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It probably won't be as big. We still have at least a month and a half of solid warm temperatures here, and you're in Berlin, so it's a little further south. That's
exactly right. It probably won't.
Yeah, you're a little further south, so you probably have the luxury of like a couple more days of warmer temperatures. So I'd give it a shot. There's no harm in it.
And last year we had warmth well into October. We stayed really warm. So got nothing to lose. Throw them in, see what you get.
Yeah. You might want to amend your soil a little more.
Too. Yeah.
I wonder if the land is almost like former like dairy area, cattle barns, where there could be a lot of urine accumulated in salts.
So you could throw down some gypsum, and that is intended to leach salts through the soil. That's its main purpose. But
also good for calcium, right?
Right. It's a calcium product. So it opens up the soil so that the intention of gypsum was to have salts get washed past the root zone. Well, if it opens up soil, it does a lot more than just that. And sulfur products are the same. They're a catalyst for products that make them work, because our alkaline soil tends to lock up a lot of your nutrients and value. And so when Alan talks tremendously about organics and getting your soil and getting everything right, or it's coffee and donuts, it's a well-balanced meal.
Right, there you go.
Can I have some blood sugar spikes? Yeah.
Okay. I want you to. How much time we got?
We got it.
Your show.
But it's not my show. It's his show.
You take all the time you guys want.
I want you, Alan. I want you to bottom line this. Okay. It's August 2nd.
Yeah.
Right. If you're in the competition, if you're a seed sacker, most likely you have fruit. And most likely you have, I'm not going to say pretty sizable fruit, but pretty determined.
A pretty good shot.
You got a pretty good shot right now. It's yellow, probably sitting there. What do you have to do with the rest of the vine? What do you got to do with the fruit? What do you got to do with the soil underneath it?
First off, get some kind of a cover on your fruit. Protect it from the sunlight. That's a big part. It'll help the skin expand and won't crack as much, allegedly anyway. That's why I also like having the mist system on mine. So it kind of does get on the pumpkin and evaporates off, cools the pumpkin down. The more the pumpkin heats up, the more of a chance it has to die, that kind of a thing. As far as getting something under the fruit, you want to make sure you have like a nice layer of play sand or something like that. Wet garden soil is a perfect area to create rot. So you want to remove that as a possibility and get some sand underneath it. Personally, I have a layer of insulated foam board that I put holes into that I put sand on top of under mine. That's because I'm in a much larger area as well.
I was going to ask you if you put a board under it.
Yeah.
But you put sand on the board and you have water that can go through it.
Yes. I have sand on top of hard cardboard with a couple holes. Is that all right?
It should be okay.
Yes, it's better than nothing. It's better than letting it sit on the ground.
Right. Yeah. What about? Okay, I'm sorry.
When we're adding all these bacterias and stuff into it that are feeding, it's like antibiotics.
Yeah.
For us, we take antibiotics, we kill all our good bacteria. It's the same as pesticides and herbicides. Hey, we've got to have, if you don't have some bugs, you don't have an ecosystem.
Yeah.
Right. So having this bacteria, then it's protecting the plant.
Yes.
Okay. What about pruning? You got your fruit.
Yeah.
Okay. The fruit is set. It's ready to go.
Yeah.
This is it. What about pruning the vine around it or other vines?
Something a lot of pumpkin growers will do is right after the pumpkin on the vine, they will cut that vine so that the pumpkin has a nice area to grow into, that it won't grow into the rest of the vine.
Like after the vine, after the pumpkin.
Right after the pumpkin, you cut that end of the vine off and let the other side growth behind that fill in past that, so you can kind of control and leave a nice wide open space for your pumpkin.
Do you think that cutting helps stop the energy?
It stops the vining energy and helps go more towards fruit.
We went long. Thanks for being here, y'all. 96.3 News Radio KKOB. It's Richard from Jericho. My special guest, TJ Trout and Alan Clark, the pumpkin guy. We'll be right back.
Pumpkin boy.
I know we're talking a lot. Rick from Jericho Nursery, Richard from Jericho Nursery, in with TJ Trout, Alan Clark, the pumpkin guy. We got to come up with a name. Pumpkin Boy is. People are like, is we really call her that?
I think if we're
The
careful,
god
we
of
can,
pumpkin.
we can craft something like the legend of the Pumpkin Boy of the Southwest.
Well, if we add to it, I like it.
Well, somebody has read a song.
Yeah, there we go. I get Gene to write us a song. I got to cover some sponsors because if I don't, the guys that pay for the show, thankfully, I'm so grateful for them all. I used to say when I grow up, I want to be like Bacchus Trees. You know, the people that advertise on this show feel strongly enough about this show that they pay to be on it. So that's good stuff. Bacchus Trees is coming to my nursery to take down 2 trees, cut a bunch of dead branches out of another tree. It's at the back of my property. We're like, do you want me to go ask the neighbors? They said, nope, we're going to come in. We're going to climb the trees. They decide, they tell you, how big do you want it? Do you want to keep the wood? Do you want us to shred it? Just integrity. I watched him. I didn't even watch. I wasn't about to get up early enough. I had him take down the biggest cottonwood I had that was continually breaking the irrigation. It was right at the box. I came to work at 9 o'clock one morning. The tree was down, stacked. Wood was left, and I was a little annoyed about that. But then a landscape company shows up and starts picking up the wood. I said, you want the wood? They said, oh, no, we have a deal with Bacchus. We take the wood and we donate it to the reservations. I was like, you guys are amazing.
Wow.
So Bacchus Trees and then they do some wood. They're using their trees. So check that out. Bacchus Trees has a website, of course. Their phone number 899-6666. Check them out. Just Sprinklers, I called him, and his deal typically is sod and Soilutions that offers their products in bulk, and he delivers them, and that's been his deal for the last several weeks. But I texted him this morning and said, John, what do you want to do? He said, early bird buy on firewood, free delivery. Oh. $25 to stack a cord of wood. My wife's like, why are we stacking our own wood if he'll deliver it and stack it for you? So Just Sprinklers early bird special. Go check it out. Free delivery and $25 to stack a cord of wood. So they've got 4 or 5 different kinds of wood. You should see the piles. Just drive by. There's 6 locations in Albuquerque, 1 in Santa Fe, 1 close up there. So that's another one. Big Jim Farms kind of offsets Soilutions because Soilutions advertises in the spring. Big Jim Farms advertises in the summer. They're down on Rio Grande. They do a great job. This community event we're doing for SeedSack.
Yeah.
They have 3 dinners, I think 1 in August, 1 in September, 1 in October. They have a 4-course meal. They pair the wine with each course. They have a chef down there. So it screams how much our city needs community events.
Oh, for sure.
You can go down there and cut your own flowers. They will give you a mason jar. I think there's a charge. Go check it out. Big Jim Farms down in Rio Grande. Cut your own flowers. They give you a mason jar. They give you some pruners, and then they help you do a decoration of flowers.
Nice.
And they got animals down there. They got critters. They got pigs and llamas and cows and all kinds of stuff. So you should see what they've done in growth. You'll be able to have your own chili roasted if you want to go down there. So
I told them to participate in SeedSack. I don't know if they're doing it or not because they helped us last year, Big Jim's, because they gave. Remember that we went down there and got some pumpkins just for show.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm sure Chantel does all my.
Yeah,
she does all my.
Great lady.
We can get her involved.
Yeah,
for sure. Numbers 505-243-3333. We have some giveaways for you trying to grow a big old pumpkin. And Alan Clark's got the juice. He's got the magic. Talk again about it because Gonzo donated that to you for us to donate, right?
Yeah, I'm technically partnered with Gonzo Farms right now. They're powering me through the rest of my pumpkin season. So I want to make sure some people are able to get a hold of these microbes. We have a 50 milliliter bottle of Raptor Roots. It's a rooting hormone. Well, not really hormone. It's microbes that you apply to your soil. It helps, facilitate root growth. The other is called Zamina's Elixir. It's another microbial product, just adds more biodiversity and helps kind of convert some of that stuff in the soil for your plant to uptake it.
And you said you're using 5.05 millimeters?
5 milliliters per gallon for the Raptor Roots, and then like 1 milliliter per 5 gallons of Zamina's Elixir. These are very powerful.
So this will get you through the rest of the season.
Yeah.
So do the whole soil or just do where
the soil?
The whole doesn't matter where the roots are or where the base of the plant is, just do the whole soil.
Yep.
Yeah, those microbes. It's kind of like trees because
you're feeding the soil, but you're not feeding the plant.
It's a symbiotic relationship in the soil.
It's fun. The more I learn, the more I take in. trees are talking to each other.
Yeah.
And telling, hey, I got a bug.
Yeah.
Or I need some water.
Yeah. So the tree will give its water to another tree.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Hey, I got a bug.
Yeah.
They like my taste. The other tree will change its taste.
All through the mycorrhiza in the soil.
Which is a bacteria as well.
Yeah.
I struggle with, there's people that are claiming they're growing mycorrhiza. I don't know. It's naturally occurring. Are you keeping that alive in a bag at 85 degrees in the nursery? I don't think you are, but you are creating soils that create mycorrhizae. Then you're adding some bacteria,
some inoculants.
Yeah, so very similar to inoculations, but bacterias that cause the decomposition process feed on nitrates. So people will put bark down to stop weeds from growing. Well, is it just the bark? No. The bark is raw, and the nitrogen that is needed to feed the bacteria that causes decomposition is robbed by the bark. So it takes away the nitrogen.
Oh, look at that.
And, I used about a 4 or 5 inch layer of wood chips on my pumpkin patch last year and had very few issues, but that 4 or 5 inch layer was completely broken down by September.
Yeah. That's why I say it's ongoing. You don't just do this once. We got stuff to give away, and we really want some phone calls. 505-243-3333. TJ and Alan in. We're here to answer questions about how do you grow a big pumpkin, or just how do you grow a pumpkin, or what do I do with my garden, or what other things does this do besides just pumpkins? Tomatoes. TJ's talking about using his feeder.
Sorry. Yeah.
So we've got one more break, and we want you to light them up. And it happens every time. The last 15 minutes of the show, 10 now, will be more callers than we can get. But let's try it. 505-243-3333. My best show ever was 21 calls in an hour. We've had 2. Come on now, light them up. Don't make me beg. 505-243-3333. It's Richard from Jericho. We're at 96.3 News Radio KKOB. We'll be right back. Back live in studio, Richard from Jericho Nursery. Go to jerichonursery.com. Check it out. If you're not part of my email list, get on it. If you're not a frequent Flower Club member, you should be. Those people get the sales first and early. I'm going to do a 50% off pottery, and the frequent Flower Club people will get it a week before anybody else. One more sponsored, Back to Earth Compost Cotton Ball, Cotton Gin. I honestly do not believe for a minute that they're just harvesting the ball, which is the piece of stuff at the base of the cotton plant, not the plant, the cotton itself, that they're making compost out of just that. They're composting the whole plant, but cotton pulls a lot of nutrients out of the ground. So back to, we'll throw this to Alan. We got these two calls we got to get to. That cotton plant becoming compost is raw. It's raw intentionally. They add sulfur to it because alkalinity is a problem, and sulfur helps lower pH. So Back to Earth compost is one we use when we're planting. We sell several, but Back to Earth is one of our sponsors, and we're very happy to have them be a sponsor of our program. So, you know anything about cotton ball?
I've used them to take off Halloween face paint when I was working at a haunted house.
Just no, the
I used to work at the haunted house that they had at Coronado Mall, and I was always having to take stuff off.
It's getting a little more creepy, Alan.
The more we know.
Yeah.
James, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Thanks.
My question is there a product I can put in my compost bin to speed up some microactivity? My current is a compost bin, and I know that it gets pretty hot in there. Maybe. Yep. So,
is it turnable? Does it can you rotate it?
Well, I do it with a shovel, but I do rotate it.
Good. And you keep the moisture content. So the two things, manure's got some nitrogen in it, and it's got some bacteria. There is a compost starter. Blood meal, you want to nitrate. Again, we were talking about it, about what nitrogen does to the stuff, but you need a nitrogen to help kick it off. You might also buy a bag of compost that's already started. This Back to Earth I'm talking about, it's got the microbes. It lasts about 6 months in life. Very few soils you have much life to them. So you could add some compost into it, or some blood meal, or some compost starter,
Manures, yeah, anything like that.
Okay, so the mushroom compost you sell is
throw half a bag of that in there.
I love that stuff.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Helpful.
Thanks, James.
I've tried worms, but I think the worms get killed with the heat.
Yeah, it's too hot. Once you get it, if you're not turning it, once you get it where it's decomposing, you can do worms, but it's a good indicator. It's like a canary in a mine. It'll tell you where you're at. If the worms are dying, it's too hot and it's not doing its deal yet, but it will, and you could put worms in it eventually.
All right. Well, the mushroom compost sounds like the thing for me.
Easy start. On sale this week. Thanks for calling.
Thanks.
Appreciate it, James. Russell, good morning.
Good morning. I have a friend that up in the East Mountains, and she's having trouble with the crepe myrtles. It's just pretty stunted, and it's just not seeming to be growing. Is there any? I don't have a problem here in town, but is there anything that?
They're slow. They like it hot. They like humidity, which we don't have. There are no crepe myrtle trees in Albuquerque because it's just not quite warm enough in the wintertime as far as a single trunk tree. There are a few, but they're not many. Water and fertilizer, more water and fertilization, because it's going to be 100 degrees for the next 2 weeks. I'm going to tell you to use the solubles. Bloom Max is going to be the one for production if you're looking for blooms. If you're looking for a general fertilizer, there is a Gardener Special that's a 20-20-20, or the one that we all copy, Enchanted, which is a 15-30-15, which is the numbers on Miracle Grow.
Yeah, so phosphorus is a good thing. Okay.
Phosphorus for bloom.
Do you have any aronia plants by any chance?
No, I do not.
Oh, okay. And you're not going to get any?
Probably not for the fall, but by next spring I can get some.
Okay, so springtime is best for you guys on that. Okay.
We just, fall's a better time to plant, but we just don't bring as much in the fall, and it's not a mainstay like a Photinia or Eleagus.
Sure.
So
yeah, it's kind of.
I don't want to winter them over.
Anyway, thank you very much.
Thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
2 questions.
Yes.
Jerry, did we give away the goo yet? The pumpkin goo?
We've not. You know what? I wanted to do this correctly. I've randomly assigned our callers that we've had today.
Good.
Give me, so it's not in order that they called in.
Yeah.
Give me a random number between 1 and 4.
3.
There it is.
There it is. Vera,
First caller. Okay.
Congratulations. She's our winner. I'll give you a call, Vera.
We got 2 though.
We got one
we
more.
got 2. Okay.
Wait. It's 11:54. How much time I got?
Oh, you still have 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Okay, look, you could win here. You got a chance.
Call now.
Okay.
505-243-3333.
We can get one more question.
Seed sacker.
Seed
If you want some of this stuff, you're gonna need it. Call in.
I should say this stuff's usually priced at about $50 a bottle for the Raptor roots, so you're getting a real good bottle here.
So I mean, just be a pig and say I want the free stuff.
Yeah.
505-243-3333.
And one more question.
Yeah.
Shade. Oh,
Shade.
so I know you shade your garden.
Yeah, I have a 20 or a 40% shade fabric stretched over my entire canopy.
I don't. You don't.
I don't.
All right. How important do you think that is with the seed sack?
If you're going for more specialized seeds, where you're getting seeds from pumpkins that are massive, they're more than likely going to have issues dealing with the heat and with the brutal sunlight up here. We have a mile less atmosphere than a lot of other big growers do, so we have that intense sunlight, and you have to help your plant out, or else you're going to get sun scald, and it's just not going to look good.
I'm really glad we had you on because you gave me a lot of broader information. I get stuck with Albuquerque, not even just New Mexico. Most of the seed is all the seed. There's nobody growing pumpkin seeds, so the seeds we're getting, unless you come from your pumpkin in your yard, are not ready for New Mexico sun.
Yeah.
And New Mexico and Arizona have their own set of rules. So, Marilyn, thanks for calling. Go ahead.
Okay, so we have grown our squash vertically, and they're starting to produce smaller squash. Do you think it's time to switch out the plant, or do you think that's a product of the heat or the growing vertically, or what do you think?
I think smaller squash are better, and it is absolutely, absolutely a form of heat. My roses are half the size in the summer as they are in spring and fall. Any input?
Okay.
I would also say it couldn't hurt to just start another couple plants to be ready for the bigger ones to slow down on you.
Yep. Okay.
That was my only other question: is what is ideal to plant right now for fall? I think
a couple weeks early because the next 2 weeks suck, but all your cool season vegetables from the middle of August to the middle of September: broccoli, spinach, lettuce, all of that kind of stuff. Snap peas. Ooh. Great stuff you can plant. We'll be getting plenty of it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now we'll put you in the running to win.
All right.
Thanks, Marilyn.
One more.
Yeah.
Just like he said.
I've got one more caller, and that's Janet. So we'll draw here.
Okay.
All right, but my question for you is, like you just said, it's going to be like an upper 90s, 100 degrees for the next 5 days.
Yeah.
Seed sack, what do you do?
If you can get a small mist system, and I know Lowe's sells the little 20 or 25 foot kits, those will probably help a tremendous amount. If you can just find a way to string it up over your main area of your plant and get a small timer or something to go off a couple times a day, that'll probably make a big difference.
I put misters up in the nursery. Makes a huge difference.
Nice.
Easy to get, easy to buy, easy to put up.
What I need is a tip of how to deal with these nightmares of my pumpkin dying that I'm starting to get.
My mom's a therapist. I'll give you her number. Are we picking between 1 and 6?
Yeah, 1 and 6.
All right.
Let's go 4.
4 it is.
Marilyn,
the last caller. Good. It worked out really good.
That'll work.
TJ, thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
Thanks for having Alan. We're going to go look at his pumpkin here pretty soon. 15 seconds. As always, thanks for being part of my day, allowing me to be part of yours. Thanks for allowing us into your home. Have a great weekend. Go to JerichoNursery.com. Till next time, I'm out.